My dearest viewers, subscribers, welcome back to my channel. And I have to say I'm absolutely baffled. I made the first 1000 subscribers. Thank you so much for that. I hadn't expected it so fast, and I'm very happy about that. So really, thank you very much. It means a lot to me. I don't know, every YouTuber says that, but really it does. 1K was my first big goal, and now that I'm there, it's time to talk about why I'm doing what I'm doing. Walking idiocy, exposing idiots, and fighting the spreading of utter madness. Stupidity like that. In fact, I got a background in serious journalism and content creation. I did this for more than 20 years of my life, and well, I dropped out a decade ago simply because I had to make money. It wasn't paid anymore and it didn't work out as I wanted. I'm fine with that, but as they say, you can get the girl out of the media, but you cannot get the media out of the girl. So I wanted to create, but creating without a real purpose is hollow and literally nonsensical. I'm obviously not neurotic enough to do something just to butter my ego. Sure, I tried it anyhow. Photography, videography, it kept me sane through the first year of lockdowns and quarantine, at least kind of. There's a large community of photo freaks online, and I'm a real big nerd. But the bickering about new gear nobody can afford, lenses nobody has, and gadgets nobody needs was too much even for me, and not fulfilling at all. Yes, it's nice to get some comments and likes and clicks on photos and videos you put online, but actually just making videos and photos of sunsets was not enough for me. I always wanted to make a difference, make an influx, made as small as it may be, but I think that's better than nothing, and that's better than doing nothing against all these things going on. At least I try. So in other words, I'm not an Instagram person at all. And then came 2021, maniacs storming the Capitol, raving idiots everywhere on the streets, anti-maskers, anti-vaxxers, anti-everything. Millions were dying. Now our planet got even closer to collapse. These idiots started to take over the public opinion, and that really bugged me hard. While I stayed at home to keep me and my nearest and dearest safe, these nut jobs roamed the streets and spread happily the disease. And that made me really angry. To be honest, I can live with some idiots, but the further it got, I realized that the madness got an agenda. The people behind all of this crap making money from it. founding the power on it. And they use these idiots on the streets for their very own goals, and that's the sad part about it. And their goal is definitely not mine. Because what they are really planning is the opposite of what their zombie armies shout. It's not about freedom, not at all. It's about oppression. It's about good old dictatorial oppression, nothing else. And they don't give a dime about us or freedom, not at all. And these idiots out there rallying for their delusions are mainly victims. Victims of these people. Victims of people like that. Victims of people like that. So I started to go down the rabbit hole and discovered something completely unexpected. The community side of YouTube. For me, this platform is a lot. Entertainment, information, music, cringe and facepalm. A lot of facepalm actually, but I've never seen YouTube as a social media with real communities. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So I followed the bloody rabbit, the mad flat earther and the queen of screw.
Oh my God!
Get off the bus! Get off the bus!
No, you did that. Now you're going to jail.
And then I started to see patterns and connections between the branches of madness. There are funny guys out there, sure, like this prime example of a rambling idiot without any clue about anything.
You're looking straight up at the clouds. You've got to look at them for at least 30-40 seconds. They look like they are breathing, right?
Or as brethren from the more substance-positive side of society. Yes, they're idiots, they blabber nonsense, they spread the bullshit amongst the few hundred subscribers. And maybe even they might find a gullible soul they convince. As unlikely as that may be, but there are others. People like this guy. Calls himself a water Dan.
Nobody would say space is void of any properties. Sure.
So the idea of space travel is pretty pathetic. The idea of deep space is certainly debunked. NASA says we ought to put that on one of their rockets.
I give you the evidence of what you just said. We should see if the Earth is a ball, but yet you persist in believing the Earth is flat because you're going to make up an explanation to explain this away. I mean, you asked for evidence and I gave it to you, but you're not willing to accept the evidence when I give it to you.
It is flat, stationary, in an enclosed system with the sun, moon, and stars inside the firmament.
Even flat, it's an absolute laugh what they teach us. The idea of deep space is debunked by NASA today. When we rally together, it's pretty fun. Most of our families think we're stupid or crazy. That's very unfortunate.
The question comes to be, is Jesus a flat earther? And the answer is absolutely yes. He is the creator. If it wasn't a flat earth, he would have described it as such in the creation account.
He's agitating on the streets of LA, organizing other crackpots in a meetup group. Yes, meetup, that innocent meeting platform for people looking for like-minded souls to draw, sing, chalk and walk the dog, and to harass people with utter nonsense. Sounds still not like a real threat to you? Well, he's not only a flat earth clown, he's also a minister of living waters. For those of you who have been lucky enough not to know them, sorry, that's over now.
This is Ray Comfort. I wonder if you've ever watched our YouTube channel or our television program and thought to yourself, I'd love to go to Southern California and spend some time with a Living Waters team to learn how to do this practically. Well, now you can. We have something called the Ambassadors Academy. We've actually done more than 20 academies in which we personally train Christians from around the world to reach the lost. We'll teach you how to address the conscience, how to deal with atheists, how to address the subject of evolution, how to get over your fears, what to say and when to say it, and much more. We'd love you to join us here in beautiful Southern California. You'll never be the same. Go to ambassadorsacademy.com for details.
These people and their likes are really dangerous. Dangerous for us. Dangerous for all who are interested in living a self-determined life. They claim the freedom of speech for their hateful message, for nothing else. And they deny it to everyone else, including us. They are homophobic, racist, misogynist, anti-liberal, anti-democratic. You got it all with them. They are part of the forces working to destroy our countries as we know them. They are behind Trumpism and QAnon. They gather soft-sits, fascists, extremists and idiotic esoterics of all kind. And they got the money. It's strongly proven that persons who believe in one or two conspiracies will be most likely open for any other lie. That's why these people are targeted by right-wing campaigns, mega churches and all the internet scammers. They are addresses which were bought from Cambridge Analytics. Why? To gain influence and to make money, even more, lots of money. The Austrian debunker site Mimikama managed to work themselves all the way back from chemtrail posts to their sources. They found out that more than 90% of all chemtrail bollocks comes from a group of only 15 people, mainly spiritual coaches, homeopaths and their likes. Only 15 people in the whole German language region. And all 15 of them make their living from selling snake oil products and scam gadgets to prevent one from chemtrails, 5G radiation and every other stupidity fancy in these circles. In other words, they create their own market. They are fearmongers and scammers in the very dark grey zone next to criminality. The mechanics behind all of these conspiracies are pretty similar. Few make the profit, the vast majority are just fodder. But still dangerous fodder. We've seen it in Canada where truckers blocked borders over weeks. We've seen the marches in Germany where they also tried to storm the parliament, not only in America. And we see them in Russia, where hundreds of thousands of them are hailing the leader, not even knowing what for. They're not even informed about the war. Misled, tricked into a nightmare. And I don't want to say that idiots like Glenn Syria or CC and the brethren and sistren in stupidity are responsible for the extreme outcomes, but they are enablers. They believe in the fake news, in their continuous barrage of lies and delusions. And they help actively to split down society, tear it down into small, helpless fragments. That's what they do. They fight knowledge and science. They always did. Knowledge is the enemy of populist dictators and clergymen alike. It always was, it always will be. And if unchallenged and undisturbed in their tracks, we end up here. And that's why I do what I do. I want to make some difference, at least some difference, to show them that they are not almighty and to have some fun on the way. Life is too short to have no fun honestly it is. I don't want a world where fundamentalist preachers of hateful religions and delusional anti-science agendas can stick their microphones into children's faces without any resistance.
Can't see each other, right? Why?
Because it's like big here.
And like I'm down here, right? I can see you now, right?
Yeah.
So if I can see from really, really far away, there ain't none of this between us. And that's what I found, that if we go to measure, there is nothing like this. There is no shape when you look out there. When you see a horizon, it's horizontal. So they teach you about a globe, but when you go to measure it, there is no globe. There is no movement. I don't read the Bible.
And I don't want to wake up in a world where it could get mandatory that children are fed with creepy stuff like these Bible cartoons for toddlers without having any alternatives left. I don't want a world where the dumb and the stupid don't get tackled. We were far too long quiet. We must stand up and get audible. The dumb are loud. We must be louder. And at least we are the majority. Okay, my dear viewers, that was maybe a bit different from my usual stuff, but I think it's the right choice to explain myself. Hey, and before you get out now, don't forget to subscribe and maybe leave me a like. It's highly appreciated. Oh, did I forget something? Yes, the community I wanted to talk about. I never expected to find such a welcoming and working community on YouTube, with engaging chats, with people helping if somebody really needs help, or just chatting the time away with some good fun. Forgetting the world for a bit, which is really necessary these days, at least for me. And especially a thank you for this moment a few days ago, where several people helped a YouTuber in a live stream to build his new PC. That's kind of a community I haven't seen in ages, and it really makes me believe into internet again. Thanks for that. Thank you for listening. I'm JerryLass, mocking idiocy with a German accent. And now you know why.